Hi, and welcome back to the summer edition of Alec and Wyatt Weekly. I'm Alec McChesney.
And I'm Wyatt Wheeler. This is our Summer Spectacular.
Unfortunately, you are going to have to be better on the defensive end. Last year, I think we had in our notebook that they allowed 41.8, 48.1 the year before that points per game. You're not winning more than 4 games if you're giving up 40 points a game. I don't know how you change that. I don't know if that's just not talented. I don't know if that's anything. But you can't give up 40 points a game.
And when you lose your leader on defense, when you lose somebody that some outlets right now are saying is a potential starting NFL linebacker.
He's big.
Dylan Cole was a big part of that team, and it's hard to say that defense is going to be better without him.
My question is, though, is the theory, the philosophy that the team could be better because it's not so reliant on one guy? Is that theory plausible?
They're gonna have to step up because Dylan Cole made twice as many tackles as anybody else on the team.
In his defense, he was all over the place, and he did make too many tackles after 20 yards. That was always my issue with not only his numbers but with how bad the defense was that Dylan Cole was the one making tackles in the secondary. That can't happen. There's you're not going to have that guy.
Yeah.
But 2, you can't have that happen anyway. You know, the cornerbacks, the safeties, the defensive ends, the defensive tackles have to be able to do that. There are a couple of guys that we have circled. You got Curran Blamey and Colby Eisbelt who have a chance to kind of become leaders. What can we expect from either of those guys going forward?
Well, I talked to Stack and I asked him who's stepping up as leaders right now, and he's like, well, nobody really. He's like, it's kind of...
Which is not good, by the way. It's not good.
And it's pretty concerning at this point of the season, but they're about to start camp up, so somebody's going to be able to be that voice.
Right.
Cole's been that voice the whole time he was at school.
Right.
So there could be a team of leaders. I mean, Colby Isbell, he's quiet. He's more of a quiet guy, lead by example.
Right.
But he's a big part of this defense and attacking, and Blamey's going to have to step into the biggest shoes of them all.
Literally, probably in actual size and in literal all of that, Blamey is going to have to replace Cole's numbers. Not alone, but he's going to have to be responsible for most of it. And I think it's the play where this happened 4 times in the Youngstown State game. Running back breaks 1 tackle, and then he doesn't see another defender for 52 yards till he's in the end zone. Those can't happen. The big plays need to be limited. The yards per play need to be limited. So I think that's something that, 1, is going to have to improve, but 2, if the Bears' offense is able to be successful, then there won't be as much pressure on the defense. So if you're looking at the Bears' offense this year, you're thinking, well, wait a second, we don't even have a quarterback that was on the team last year.
Yeah.
So how do you go forward? You got 2 guys, and what are we looking at between Huslig and Geis?
I think Huslig's got the big arm.
Yeah.
He's arm from the farm is what it's been labeled. It's going to be a nice headline.
Yeah.
You can read that in the Standard. But I really liked watching Geis in the practice that I watched, and he looked like the starting quarterback out there. But then you're like, oh, that's not Huslig. When Huslig's the one you were reading about before the season as the guy, because he took his JUCO team undefeated championship season, and
he's a winner, which is good.
It's going to be tough. That's who you want leading your team, but how is he going to be when he has his first loss? When he has a second consecutive loss, probably at the beginning of the year.
Right.
So it's going to be. He looks like he's able to throw the ball down the field, which is something we haven't seen since Steck has been here. Been here, so I think Huslig's the man. There's a few other guys coming in for this camp, but I think Huslig's got the experience from the spring, and he's going to take it into the season.
Yeah, I can't disagree I can't disagree with that at all. Huslig's going to be the guy. My fear for him is the pace, the speed of the game, especially when you're going Mizzou, North Dakota State in the first parts of the season. His arm was fantastic in that spring game. He connected with Tyler Curry, had a couple drop passes. Otherwise, he could have passed for 300, 400 yards. I'm worried about his decision-making with the speed of the play. But I think you throw him into the fire. I think that's the best way. Most talented guy on the roster at the position. I think that's best case scenario is you let him learn through fire and experience, and then maybe next year he could be passing for 3,000 yards, something like that.
And he has good receivers too, and that's something.
He's really good receivers.
Something that I think Missouri State's been missing for a few years has been a go-to running back. It's a different running back every single game, the one that steps up. So I don't think they addressed that really this offseason,
Right.
but they did address firepower for Houston to throw to.
And we can look at that. You got seniors, Malik Earl and Deion Holloman, who are electric. You look at Holloman, he's a guy that he might struggle with pass catching, but my goodness, if that ball gets in his hands, he can make anyone miss. Earl, on the other hand, excellent route runner. He's a guy that a ton of pro scouts are going to be looking at him. Not necessarily for a draft pick, but for that practice squad type of receiver. Because he knows what he's doing. He's going to catch the ball. He's going to run great routes.
Bigger body, has some speed. I think he's definitely someone to be excited about on this roster.
The guy that I'm most excited about, Tyler Curry, in the spring game, he dominated. He was able to get down the field, and the Bears had a quarterback, Huslick, who could get him the ball. Curry's a JUCO transfer. He's a junior. He's got experience. He's got the speed down. He's ready for college football. And I think that he's someone, might only have 2 catches a game, Deshaun Jackson type of guy. 2 catches, 110 yards. That's something that the Bears did not have at all last year or the year before that. But you like this freshman.
I like Allred. He's quick. He's bigger body, and I think he's going to contribute pretty well early. And I think the addition of Jordan Frazier a little bit into now that he didn't play really in the spring.
Right.
I think you had a big tight end from Oklahoma State in.
That's a big deal.
That's something they've not really had.
I think we're looking at it. We just named 5 guys who I think can compete and be competitive within the wide receiving group or core, and so they haven't had that. Mm-hmm. They've had 1, 2 guys. Last year you had a couple guys maybe step up every now and then, but this is 5 guys on any given night. You could come up with 5, 6 catches, and I don't think there's never been that much talent on the roster. So I think that's obviously a good thing.
I wonder what they're gonna do I wonder what the defense is gonna be like. Oh, should we run out in the field? But It's gonna be like, oh, they got a first down. We haven't seen that.
They're definitely, if you can say anything about this team this year, they're going to be able to move the ball.
Yeah,
they're going to score points.
They're going to score some points, and it's going to be a breath of fresh air, and I think that's definitely what they needed.
That'll do it for the Summer Spectacular. Have a great day.